story, its moods, and what it looks like by moonlight. I watch the sandias daily from my kitchen window as they reveal the golden sunrise, glow watermelon red at sunset, collect lightning strikes in August. The ridge orients me when I'm driving around town or back from Santa Fe. I explore its trails a few times each month, climbing from the scrubby desert brush up through pinon and juniper and onwards to the firs and aspen. At the crest, with the winds whipping through my hair, I've watched the sunset over the city and then turned around to see the long shadow of the ridge reaching east across the desert toward the rising full moon. Ask of the winds, and they shall teach you the beauty of the earth. To want the best for it, to fear its loss and grieve for its injuries. The most striking musical element of the Misagaya, the earth mass, are the voices of animals: timber wolf, humpback whale, harp seals, thrushes, loons. These voices aren't thrown in on top of the music in a new agey way. They were the actual melodic and harmonic inspiration for this setting of some of the texts of the traditional Catholic Mass. We hear the eerie descending tritones of a mother wolf, echoed by the cantor's ancient prayer, Kyrie eleison, Lord, have mercy. May humans have mercy on wolves, those clever survivors howling to the moon. Mercy on those wolves who have borne the wrath of settlers, claiming forests and meadows for their own hunting, for their own herds. And have mercy on the humans who are on the verge of eliminating the wolves' last remaining protections under the Endangered Species Act. Ask of the beasts. To rejoice in the fact of it. Then there are the humpback whales, famous for their complex singing. We don't know what they are saying to one another, those beautiful, immense mammals. We only know they are saying something. What might humans learn if we would only listen more closely, instead of allowing military and commercial sonar signals to drive them mad, drive them to suicide on the beaches? In the Misagaya, the choir sings with the whales, Sanctus, Sanctus, Holy, Holy, in praise of the immense richness of the ocean that holds so much life, the ocean where life begins and ends. Even better, we sing our holies to the joyous beat of the samba. Ask of the beasts, and they shall teach you. To want to be joined with it, taken in by it, lost in it. Another movement of the Misagaya is the Agnus Dei, Lamb of God, qui tollis peccata mundi, who takes away the sins of the world. Grant us mercy, grant us peace. I wrestle with this text, the core element of ancient Christian liturgy, the redeeming sacrifice embedded in the act of communion, the symbolic meal. I am not a practicing Christian, yet every day I take my sustenance by eating the plants and flesh of the earth, grateful for the web of life of which I am a part. In the words of Joseph Campbell, I am participating in the great mystery of life. Now I eat you. Blessed be. In Misagaya, the composers chose the voices of harp seals for the Agnus Dei, based on the story of a missionary who, when visiting the natives of Labrador, realized they had no reference to the shepherd culture of the Middle East, but understood the plaintive cries of young seals on the ice. Ask of the beasts, and they shall teach you the beauty of the earth. Let us rejoice in the fact of the earth, the common dirt, the stones and rivers, the trees and creatures. Let us relax the boundaries of skin, of thoughts and habits in our own skulls, of cities, of civilization. Let us connect more deeply to the life of this immediate place, and let us do what we must do to protect our independent life, and let us sing to rejoice in it. As we prepare for our clay and water blessing, I'd like to invite you to create a piece of music with me and Angela, based on a poemish thing she shared with me earlier this spring. Your part goes like this. Let me get a drink of water real quick. So we're just going to layer this in. Feel free to make up your own harmonies to this, but the basic phrase goes like this. Where do I end? Where do I begin? 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 So just keep that going. Where do I begin? Where do I end? Where do I begin? Where do I end? Where does the mountain begin? When does the granite become skin? Where do I end? Here in the woods, under rainfall of leaves, where do I cease to be? Where do I end? Where do I begin? In the crowd, upon shadows and cement, am I then separate from the land? Where do I begin? Where do I end? Where do I begin?
I knew a man, a collector of life. He had meteorites from every strike to earth. He had the elements, bright colors and skulls, ancient metals and coins, 20,000 slides. He studied being, maybe searching for God, but he was made of that, of everything he held.
I lift my eyes, I raise my hands to the sky. I throw my sorrow to the sky. Where do I end? Where do I begin? Where do I end? Where do I begin? Thank you.
Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Each spring we celebrate a ritual blessing calling us back home, back to who we are and what we are and where we are reborn. It's a blessing that calls us back to the interconnectedness between ourselves and the earth, between ourselves and the natural cycles, and reminds us that we are made of the same things that inspire us with such awe and fill us with mystery. Stardust, energy, space, water, air, life. The blessing is a touch of clay and water, smudged on your forehead or the back of your hand. It is as the ancient scriptures say, dust thou art, and to dust thou shalt return. Through this ritual, we recall who we are, what we are, where we are. We recall that our time in this life is limited and is therefore a precious gift. Clay reminds us of the creation stories, in which humans are formed from clay and are brought to life by the breath of the divine, called to be caretakers of creation. May you live with mindfulness and find yourself in the presence of great beauty and peace.